Shalom, shalom, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rokakadash, and double honors unto the elder apostles and elder bishops who teach and rule well. Salutations to the elect. This is your brother Ra'ai Ban Yamyan here to share another lesson. And our title of this lesson is simply "This Place Gotta Go." As I'm checking out this article, and more people are becoming sick, man. You know what I mean? And the water is another source of the illnesses, that a lot of people is facing. I was reading this article that is before you down there in Oklahoma, where there's, E. coli in the water. And it just goes to show that the earth is not properly managed, because in the kingdom, we ain't going to have no E. coli in the drinking water, man. You know what I'm saying? Under the rulership of this man, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the earth has deteriorated drastically, and with it, the health of the people, right? Because the earth, it provides air, it provides water, it provides nourishment through the foods, the nuts, the meats, the fruits, right, that we consume, right? And by he destroying the earth, all right, we in turn will be destroyed as well, because we need the earth and its foods and its waters, all right, to live. You understand? So this man's management of the earth is going to be overthrown and taken over, man. All right. So I'm gonna read this short article and share a few scriptures and stuff in between. I'm gonna make it quick. I ain't gonna make it long, but hopefully the desire for a new kingdom in righteousness under Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will be stirred up in you, right? To yearn and to pray for fewer days, that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai speed up the days to end Esau Edom, the so-called white man's rulership. Because we can't stay here any longer, man. If the more side was shortened these days, we wouldn't be safe, man. Look at what's going on in the earth, It says authorities in Moore say residents need to boil their water before drinking anything from the faucet, or use boiled water after bacteria was found in the water supply. The boiling of the water takes care of some of the bacteria, but they have some of the chemicals that cannot be done away with the heat. They call it forever chemicals that cannot be done away with through boiling. So the water is still contaminated and it could still get you sick, right? It says on Thursday afternoon, the city of Moore announced that E. coli bacteria was found in the Moore public water supply. Officials say E. coli can make you sick and are particularly dangerous for people with weakened immune systems. And there's a lot of people, and they are strategically done this through the GMOs and the spraying of various chemicals in the air, right, upon the people. So you're being sprayed with various chemicals, and then the food is not as strong as it used to be due to Esau Edom's using, shortcuts and poisoning of the soil, right? Thereby, the food that we consume is not in its strength like it used to be over 100 years ago, 200 years ago, so on and so forth. So the earth is weak, and by proxy, we are weakened and are sickened as well. Even the earth is sick, right, with Esau's management. All right, I'm gonna go. I typed in what is E. coli just to give some context as to what it is. I'm gonna make it real quick. It says Escherichia coli, E. coli, is a diverse group of bacteria that normally lives in the intestines of humans and warm-blooded animals, while most strains, are harmless and essential for healthy digestive tract. Pathogenic strains can cause severe food poisoning, stomach cramps, diarrhea, and urinary tract infections, UTIs. Alright? And there are 3 types of E. coli. It says hundreds. Wow, it says types of E. coli. It says hundreds of strains of E. coli exist, and they are generally categorized based on the specific health effects they trigger. The most common illness causing group includes Shiga toxin producing E. coli, STEG. It says this is the most dangerous group, also known as E. coli 0157 colon H7. It produces toxin that severely damage the intestinal lining and can lead to kidney failure, especially in children. That's probably why a lot of people are suffering from kidney failure nowadays, from mild to severe forms of E. coli. Enterotoxigenic E. coli, ETEC, the most common use of traveler diarrhea in people visiting developed countries. So you see, so this is why, we pray and we ask the Most High for mercy, and we take these herbs and these tinctures, man. You know what I mean? I just pray that, it work to keep us upright and healthy, man. Alright. Other pathogenic strains, groups of EPIC, EAEC, and EIEC, which lead to various forms of acute to persistent diarrhea by invading the gut or releasing toxins. Transmission and causes. It says pathogenic E. coli typically spreads when fecal matter enters food or water resources, right? And they use the animals manure to help, produce the foods that you have today, fruits and your vegetables. In the kingdom, we ain't gonna have that going on, man. We ain't gonna have no animal feces coming in contact or being used to grow foods, man. Alright? It says, and this is what Esau Edom came up with. It says common transmission pathways include eating raw or uncooked ground meat like hamburger patties, drinking unpasteurized raw milk or contaminated water, consuming unwashed raw vegetables such as spinach or lettuce, which may have been fertilized with animal manure, direct contact with feces of an infected person or animal common at petting zoos. And if you go to these water treatment plants, really we drinking the same water that is in the toilet, right? I went to a water treatment plant when I was over the road driver, and the process, man, you could like smell the shit in the water, and they purify it, pour these chemicals in it, and then they shoot it back into the taps that you have today that you're taking showers and stuff with. So you see what we are dealing with as children of Israel. You understand? We taking showers. You take a cold shower, your skin feel dehydrated because it doesn't have any nutrients in it. Wherein in times past, especially before Esau Edom came over here to the Americas, the native Indians, right, God had that clean, fresh spring water. You could take baths in it. You had the waterfalls and stuff. You are bathing or showering with clean, fresh water. We don't have that today, right? Urine in the water, pharmaceuticals, all kind of nonsense, man. So we ain't gonna have this problem in the kingdom, man. It says symptoms and treatment. It says if you become, and no, this is not medical advice. I'm just reading from the article. It says if you become infected with harmful strain of E. coli, symptoms generally appear within 3 to 4 days of exposure. Common signs include severe stomach cramps and abdominal pain, watery or bloody diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, or low fever. It says in most cases, illness are self-limiting and resolve within a week with rest and rehydration. Yeah, but you're still surrounded by the water and the food contamination by feces, fecal matter and stuff, alright, whether by animals or by humans. It says, however, because antibiotic use can sometimes worsen toxin release in stag infections, doctors generally advise against taking antibiotics unless necessary. Alright, it says if you experience severe symptoms like bloody diarrhea or signs of kidney distress, you should seek medical care immediately. Alright, so I'll end that there. Alright, going back to the article. It says the boil order appears Oklahoma to customers in the area of east of I-35, south of Southeast Fall Street, north of Indian Hills, and the west of Moore city limits. Alright, so that's the area there. But these things apply to a lot of cities and a lot of states because the process of cleaning or filtering the water and stuff is the same. It's just a matter of time of day coming and telling you about it. It says residents should bring water to a full rolling boil for 1 minute before drinking, preparing food, making formula, making ice, brushing teeth. See, that's another thing I even said, brushing your teeth. Your gum, a lot of people when they brush your teeth, you might see some blood. So the stuff that's in the water is entering into your bloodstream through the brushing of your teeth. Washing dishes, see? Or cleaning open wounds. So we are surrounded by madness, man. And that brings us to the end of the article. Alright. But all these things are happening under Esau Edom's watch. And in the kingdom, he's going to know true management of the earth because he's going to see it for a time. You understand? All this bullshit he doing with the water and getting people sick, it make no sense, man. This is Job 9:24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked Esau Edom. Esau is the father of the Edomites, right? Per Genesis, the 35th and 37th chapter. It says, he covered the faces of the judges thereof through his iconoclasm, right? If not, where and who is he? So this is the man that is ruling the earth today. It's clear and it's clear and it's plain to see. Alright. And these things are going to continue and get worse until the rulership of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai takes place. I'm not ending the book of Sirach, the 10th chapter and the 4th verse. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, right? So the Most High chooses whomever is in rulership. DJT, Donald Trump, is not in office by just happenstance, just like that. You know what I mean? The Most High put him in there. He ordained for DJT to be in office doing what he is doing to fulfill prophecy right now. Right? Every leader that has been raised up to lead a nation or whatever, the Most High ordained that person to be there. There would be no other way if he didn't. Alright, so the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. Alright. And in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So he's gonna put Yahweh is gonna put Yahweh Shai in the rulership. Right? The power is his. Right? He's gonna put Yahweh Shai in rulership and us as joint heirs. Lord willing, we be of the elect. It is gonna be righteously managed, so to speak. In other words, right, we won't be using animal manure in the process of fertilizing fruits, vegetables, so on and so forth. Right, Yahweh Hashem is going to teach us how to properly manage the earth, how to take care of it, how to give it rest. Right, and the earth, and as a result, the earth is going to flourish. Nobody's going to be sick. We wouldn't be sick with E. coli, bacteria that's going to cause diarrhea, within us. So this place got to go, man. Lord willing, this quick lesson was edifying unto elect, and it caused you, to stir up that anger within you to righteousness, right? To seek a righteous kingdom, right? Regardless of the persecutions, the testings, and the trials, the hour of temptation that we're gonna face, right? We're looking at the end of all of that. After we pass all of that, Lord willing, we'll be counted worthy, right, and purified like gold. That the end result is a righteous kingdom. So Lord willing, this lesson was edified unto you. Like this is your brother Rahab Banyamian again. Until you next time.